Hey guys, it's ICU. Today we're going to be going over the best gun camos for pure camouflage in Warzone. And since there is a lot to choose from, we are going to be breaking this down into a top 10 best camos. And of course, we're going to be kind of doing half and half between Modern Warfare and Black Ops 6 camos. So yeah, before the video starts, we are about to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you want to be considered an OG member of the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button before we hit 10,000. And yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and see which camo is best. All right, so first we're going to be taking a look at the Modern Warfare camos that are on the Modern Warfare guns. And the first section we are going to be taking a look at is the spray paint section here. And this has a large variety of like actual camouflage camos. So the first one, and probably the most common one that we're going to be looking at, is the Forest Shadow camo in the spray paint section. And as you guys can see, in order to get this, you have to get 40 kills with the Expedite 12. It's a pretty neutral pattern of green, tan, and brown. It's pretty universal for mostly all terrain in Warzone. Alrighty, here is the Forest Shadow camo. As you guys can see, it's a little bit bright. Let's go ahead and drop it off in a bush right here. But yeah, as you guys can see, it is slightly bright, but it actually does end up blending in with these kind of bushes right here and this kind of grass right here. I'm actually kind of glad I picked this gun right here because it has a lot of surface that I can look at. But yeah, let's get really close up to it and take a look at how well it blends in with this kind of bush right here. Of course, the farther we get from it, the more that line dissipates. And as you guys can see, it is actually pretty blended in. Not too bad at all. So yeah, I'm going to be ranking this one about an A tier in terms of camouflage. It's extremely universal, and I'd say this is like a good beginner camo if you have it. The next camo I want to go over in this section is the Scratch camo. As you guys can see here, this is personally one of my favorite camos in the entire game. The fact that there are a ton of different little like streaks and scratches on it makes it look like grass, which of course allows it to blend in the environment extremely well. All right, here we are with the Scratch camo. I'm going to go ahead and drop this off over in some grass right here just to show you how effective this one actually is. I'm going to go ahead and pick this kind of grass right here because it's a little bit darker. As you guys can see, the color pattern on this one blends in pretty well with base grass. That's what we're kind of looking for here, especially for this camo in particular. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit just to see how well it blends in. From here, it looks really good. It is very similar to the brightness of the grass right here. Let's go ahead and throw it in a bush real quick. Here it is inside of the bush. As you guys can see, it basically completely disappears. The green coloring of the camo blends in perfectly with this base grass. Not bad at all. So yeah, in terms of camouflage, I'm going to give this one about an S tier. I think the color pattern is extremely useful for laying down in grass and having the gun kind of blend in with the grass. The next gun camo we are going to be going over is in the Tiger section here. And as you guys can see, it is called Dank Forest. This is a pretty dark camo. This was actually also in the OG Warzone. The only downside about this camo is it does expose a lot of black sections on the gun, but at the same time, it keeps a pretty neutral dark color, especially from a distance. If you're wanting to camouflage near like a shadowy area, this is actually a really good camo. It shouldn't light up on you like others probably would. Alrighty, here we are with the Dank Forest camo. As you guys can see, this one is a little bit more dark. It shows a little bit more black on the gun, but honestly, in certain areas, this camo is going to be super strong. Let me show you guys. Here it is with a shadow right behind it, and as you guys can see, it blends in a lot better than it would out in the brighter spots of the map. So if you guys want to blend in with more like shadowy areas, again, this one is going to be perfect for you. So yeah, in terms of camouflage, I'm going to give this one like an A tier as well. So yeah, if you have this camo, I would go ahead and try it out. Next camo we are going to be talking about is in the foliage section, and it is called Leafless. I personally think this is one of the best camos for the brown sections of the map, at least for Modern Warfare guns. We are with the Leafless camo, and as you guys can see here, it is super well hidden for this kind of grass right here. You do have a lot of these patches in the green parts of the map as well, not only just the brown parts, but this is also really good for like farmland. But yeah, as you guys can see, that is absolutely perfect for that environment right there. Insanely well hidden. So yeah, in terms of gun camo, of course, it's not that universal. It's pretty brown, but for the brown section of the map, I'd give this like an A tier. Not bad at all. If you guys have used this camo before, go ahead and let me know how you think it is, and let's go to move on into the next camo. And going back to the spray paint section, we have Surface Tension. This camo is very interesting. It's one of my personal favorites. It almost looks like snake skin, and the color pattern is pretty universal. There's a lot of browns and some light greens in there, so a pretty neutral color pattern. The only difference about this one is that it has like a snakeskin-esque disc pattern to it. I think it looks pretty sick. Alrighty, next here we are with the surface tension camo. Looks a little bit brown right here, but that's perfect because we have like brownish grass right in this area. So yeah, let me go ahead and drop it right in this brown grass right here. And as you guys can see, it immediately blends in right with its environment. Not bad at all. Let's throw it down right in the midst of all of this foliage right about here. Perfect. As you guys can see, it blends in pretty well. A little bit bright, but that's all right. There's a lot of brighter pieces of grass around this area. So if you want a little bit more of a brighter camo for the browner and green areas, this one's definitely the pick. I'm going to give this one like an A as well. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's about it for my favorite Modern Warfare camos. Let's go ahead and move on to the Black Ops camos. So yeah, the first Black Ops 6 camo that we are going to be looking at is called Granite, and it is from multiplayer. You unlock this by getting 5 headshots with whatever gun that you're using. If you want to use Black Ops guns and you want a very early camouflage for it, this is probably the best one that you can have. Alrighty, here we are with the Granite camo from Black Ops 6. Let's go ahead and drop it right in this kind of brightish grass right here. As you guys can see, that base sort of green blends perfectly with this grass here. Not too bad at all. The only downside about these Black Ops camos is that they don't cover really any parts of the metal on the guns, so there's a lot of black that stands out. And as you guys can see, it does blend in really well with this brighter green grass. So yeah, in terms of camouflage, I'm going to give this one kind of like a B. It is a little bit bright and it doesn't really blend in with the browner sides of the map. So for the green parts of the map though, this is a very good start. Now the next camo, and honestly probably one of the best in the Black Ops guns, is called Moss. You unlock this by getting 30 headshots with whatever gun you're using in multiplayer. I don't know what it is about this color pattern, but it seems to work pretty well, especially for me. I use this one on most of my guns. Alrighty, here we are with the Moss camo. Again, I personally use this one the most, but let's see how effective it really is. I actually really haven't done a camo test for this one in particular, but as expected, it does blend in pretty well, not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and try it in a different spot. Maybe like right here where this rock is. Yeah, not too bad at all. That actually blends in pretty well. So yeah, in terms of camouflage, I'm gonna give this one like an A tier. All right, the next camo that we are gonna be talking about is called Rugged. You get this one by getting 400 critical kills in zombies. Alrighty, here we are with the Rugged camo. I'm going to go ahead and test this out in the more like brown part right here. As you guys can see, this one is a little bit more on the brighter side. So I would recommend this in the more brown sides of the map. And as you guys can see, it does blend in pretty well with this sort of brown grass right here. Go ahead and put it down like right here. It is actually pretty effective in this spot right here. Not too bad. So yeah, in terms of camouflage, I'm gonna have to give this one like a B plus, maybe A tier. Not too bad at all, but it is a little bit bright in the more shaded areas of the map. Next, we are going to be talking about the Pine camo. This is unlocked by getting 20 kills in Warzone. This one would be really good for the more greener sides of the map. It's kind of like the last camo that we just talked about, just more green. Alrighty, here we are with the Pine camo. Let's go ahead and drop this right here. As you guys can see, this one is a little bit bright, not too effective, honestly. Let's drop it in some brighter grass. All right, in brighter grass, it is a little bit more effective, but it is still a little bit bright. It's very reflective, honestly. It's not really a matte color. So yeah, I would definitely be careful with this one. In terms of camouflage, I'm going to give this one like a B plus as well. Kind of similar to the last one. This is just better for like the greener parts of the map. And last but not least, we are going to be talking about the Snake skin. You get this by getting 40 eliminations in Warzone. Go ahead and throw this down like right here. As you guys can see, I don't know what it is about this color pattern, but it works so well. I think it might just be the mix of so many different colors, but yeah, as you guys can see, it's blending in really well with this style of bush right here. So not too bad at all. Go ahead and throw it down like right here as well. And here is what it looks like from the front perspective. Absolutely sick. In terms of camouflage, I'm going to give this one kind of like an A tier. Not too bad. It does get bright in some areas. That's a reoccurring theme with a lot of the Black Ops camos though. They're not really meant for pure camouflage. I think the Modern Warfare camos are a little bit better than that. And of course, for honorable mentions, we have to go over some gun blueprints. This is the Violence and Timing blueprint that you unlock in the Overgrown 2 bundle. As you guys can see, this blueprint has so much foliage on it. It literally looks like it will be a part of the freaking terrain. And of course, you can pair this up with camos like Scratch, for instance, which honestly, in my opinion, make it 10 times better. Here we are with that Violence and Timing blueprint that I was telling you guys about. Let's go ahead and drop this like right here. I don't know. Just drop it in a random spot. Why not? As you guys can see, it is completely gone. I mean, That's like the best camouflage you can have in this game. Like from here, I literally can't even see it. Like, where is it? Let's compare these two real quick just to show you guys. Here's the pine camo and there is the violence and timing blueprint. As you guys can see, the most effective camouflage always has some actual foliage on it. In terms of camouflage, I'm giving this like an S+ tier. But of course, if you're more into the Black Ops 6 guns, here is the hideout blueprint for the GPR. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this right here. And again, it completely disappears and it is extremely effective. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite gun camo? And yeah, if you do want to be a part of that early 10,000 subscriber club, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And yeah, it's been your boy ICU. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.